Hi, this tutorial was created to teach you how to submit your podcast on the Pamper Me Network. To get started, just go onto the homepage, the pampermenetwork.com website, select the Creators menu, select the Content dashboard, and from the Content dashboard, you'll see that you have two main options for submitting a podcast. You have the quick submission form and you have the detailed submission form. You'll also see a menu item for detailed submission at the very top. Let's start with quick submission. So select the quick submission. It'll load the quick submission form. And you'll notice that you have two options for adding content in this area. It's very simple. Just add the podcast feed, whether it is a pure iTunes feed or a generic RS feed here. For some reason, right now, we're working on it. The platform doesn't support Anchor podcast feeds. So we'll solve that shortly. And add a email address and then submit. That's it. Once you have submitted the podcast, it takes within 24 hours, but normally it's within the hour. Your podcast will be approved and it will appear here or here. The second option is to use the detailed podcast submission option. And you can select the create project link on the left if you're using a desktop. The top, also if you're using a desktop or mobile devices. So let's select the create project menu and you'll notice a more detailed form will appear. Give your podcast a nice social media friendly title, put it in an appropriate category. It's all done in alphabetical order. Podcast as an example. Describe the podcast. Feel free to add photos within the body. The more content that you add here, the better. Add a image. If you have a promotional YouTube video that describes your project, feel free to add that here. You can integrate within the body of your article or your blog post additional information. If there is a public feed address that you'd like to publish here, you post that here. This is where we will pull the feed from. And if there are other social media links that you wish to add, feel free to add them there. And then of course, add a brief description. If you sell sponsored ads, please complete the section where you're offering ads, the number of followers that you have for the different channels, and the location. That's it. Click the Save tab either here or here. And then once you've saved it, again, the record will appear in either, well, actually in both the All Podcast Feeds and My Podcast Feeds section. We're currently upgrading the platform to support integration of the podcast with webinar hosting. So you might have some periodic delay in the loading of these pages. It's just temporary. Bye for now.